What's going on, guys? Oregon Motorcycle back with another episode. Today we're installing a relay. So here is the relay. This is an RL44 relay. You guys could probably pick this up at your local auto parts store. This is the relay adapter. It's like a little wiring harness for it, so you don't have to like connect wires straight to here. And then here's an inline fuse. And besides a couple miscellaneous connectors, this is pretty much all you need to install a relay on your motorcycle. Today we're doing it on the CB500X. This is a 2019 model. I've never installed a relay on this particular bike, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. So some of you might be wondering why I'm going to install a relay on here, and the reason being, there's a couple reasons, but one, I want to have a separate circuit for all my accessories. So I plan on putting auxiliary lights on this bike. I'm going to put heated grips on it. I already have the heated grips, I just haven't installed them yet. And a USB charger, which I'm going to install. So what the relay does is it'll provide a separate circuit for all your accessories. And not only that, it's basically a switch. Okay, a relay is a switch. So when you turn your ignition off, it kills the whole circuit. So there's no chance of a parasitic draw from one of your accessories that's going to run your battery dead, or if you forget to turn off your heated grips, for instance, or your auxiliary lights or something, you know, you could possibly run your battery dead. So with hooking up a relay on your motorcycle, everything shuts off as soon as you turn the key off. And the same goes the other way. When you turn the key on, it provides power to all your accessories. So, and it's not putting the load of the accessories on the ignition switch. Basically what the relay does is it's going to handle the load of all your accessories. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is pull the seat off, and we're going to locate the fuse panel, fuse box or whatever. So this is underneath the seat of a CB500X, and I've heard somewhere that there is auxiliary power already supplied on this bike. I just don't know where it is, and I don't know if it's this particular one or not. It could be up underneath the dash, because I believe it is provided for the USB charger that Honda makes. It's an OEM charger, or yeah, USB charger, or anything, so, or whatever. Okay, so what we're trying to accomplish here is we're trying to find a wire that is going to give power when the ignition switch is turned on. Okay, so right now the ignition is off, and so we have wires in this system that have power right now. Most of them don't have power, but we want to find a wire with power when we turn the key on. So let's get the multimeter out. So I just pulling this fuse box up, and we're going to start probing some of these wires right now to see if they're hot or not, or if they come on with the ignition. So I have the multimeter here, and I got the ground on the ground to the battery. So I'm just going to probe these wires right here, because these look easy to tap into, and as you can see, I have no voltage. Okay, so when I turn the ignition on, you can see I have voltage there coming from this white wire. Okay, and then when we turn power off, power goes away. So we're going to use that, we're going to tap into that line and use that line as our hot lead. It's not necessarily the hot lead, but it's going to turn the relay on and off. It's not going to carry any load, so it's not going to affect the electrical system at all. So let's get some connectors out and get that tapped in. Okay, I have the relay here, and I went ahead and hooked the harness in and stripped the wire ends here. And so on this relay here, the white and the black is what does the switching. Okay, so, and you can confirm that. You can put the black wire on the negative and then tap the white wire to there. Hear that, hopefully? you can hear it turning on and off. So this is going to go to the negative ground or whatever. You can ground it out somewhere. I might just run it to the battery, I don't know yet. And then this white wire is what's going to attach to this wire here. And we're going to use these kind of connectors here. So I guess if you're worried about your warranty, you could just go and pop this back off. And the worst case, it's just going to have a little, you know, a little break in the wire. But you know, if this is underneath there, maybe they won't notice it for the warranty. I don't think this is going to, you know, be that big a deal for the warranty. So let's get this snapped in. You just need a pair of pliers basically, and we'll get it snapped in. So the good thing about these connectors is you're not really cutting the stock wiring harness, you're just tapping it. So which is a plus in my book. Just put that on there like that. There we go. So I don't know if you can see this. I got a chest mount on my GoPro, and I'm trying to watch a little bit while I do this, so it's kind of difficult. But anyways, we got those wires in there, and we just got to pinch this right here with the pliers. Okay. I'm just trying to get this little flap closed to lock it all in. Alright, so we can test it now by just putting this wire to ground and then turn the ignition on, see if we hear it click. Kind of hard to hear it click, but it's clicking. I had to hold it to make sure. Yeah, so you can hear this. So it's clicking. I can feel it in my hand too. It's kind of hard to hear with the other relays and fuel pump coming on, but that's basically it right there. So let's get this tucked back in, and we'll figure out where we're going to mount it. Alright, so what I have here is an inline fuse holder. There's no fuse in it right now, but it just holds a regular fuse. I'll probably put a 10 amp in there like I had on my CBR, which is plenty for a USB charger that would, you know, see 5 amps max. But the max I've ever seen on my other USB chargers was like 2.5 amps charging the phone. So, and the heated grips I have are going to be rated at about 3 amps full throttle, which I never run, so you could probably get away with a 5 amp in here if you were doing a USB and heated grips. So basically this goes to the positive, so let's get that hooked up. Alright guys, so I got the relay here installed. Just to recap, we got the white wire tapped in to the harness, which is our on-off lead. We got the black wire coming out of the harness over here onto the negative side of the battery. Okay, and now we have our inline fuse holder, which is coming off the positive side of the battery. And now we got to get this connected up here to the yellow wire here. So let's get that done. And I put dielectric grease in these connectors before I put them on, so Just have to get this situated down there somewhere. Might be a little long. So, okay, so there's my fuse. There's not a fuse in here right now, but once I put a fuse in there, whenever I turn the ignition on, here's my hot lead now, okay? And so I have this hot lead that'll power all my accessories, and here's the fuse right here for the accessories. And like I said, I'm going to run my heated grips, USB charger, auxiliary lights all off this right here, and this switches on and off with the ignition now. The ignition's not carrying the load, nothing's carrying the load. This relay right here is carrying all the load of all the accessories. And yeah, that's a pretty good way to wire up your relay, guys. So I hope you guys learned something from this, and if you guys have any questions or comments, put them down below and hopefully I can answer them. And yeah, I'm gonna get this bike cleaned up, and it's a beautiful day here in Oregon. Might have to go for a little cruise. Until next time, folks, Oregon motorcycle.